Well, welcome back to Fully Tech HQ, and it's a little bit windy today, so inevitably, unfortunately, we're stuck on land. Almost done this COVID nightmare that we've had over the last year and a half, and we're going to be getting to run these boats here real soon. But doing a little bit of housekeeping today. The Swayze Express has been out for a couple rips on the lake now. We went and put a jug on a wreck a couple days ago. And like I said, as soon as we are clear to start running, it's going to go up north. And I think we'll probably dig the Planet Express out next, do a bit of sea trial, pre-season work, and it'll be ready to go. But I'm doing some housekeeping today. It's a beautiful day to be working outside. And I wanted to talk about trailer towing safety, tie downs, etc. You know, we all get excited to go boating. And there's a lot of accidents early in the season because people aren't paying attention or didn't realize things have happened over the winter. So I'm going to start front to back, go through as fast as I can, and just talk about a few of these things. So start with, I never lock my tongue to my vehicle. I always use it. You need to have a safety device to prevent your coupler from coming undone, but I don't recommend using a lock for that. When the boat is disconnected from the trailer, I always put a lock on it. However, if there ever comes a time where there's a roadside emergency and I need to disconnect, I don't want to go fumbling around looking for a key. And we certainly don't need to travel a significant distance to find that we left the key at home. So I never have it locked when I leave the property. Good quality safety chains, no abrasion. They aren't dragging on the highway. They have no signs of damage. And here's little things that that highway enforcement is going to look for. And rules of the road are going to differ in different states and provinces, but a lot of times they're looking for a lot of the same things. So certain places, they are real sticklers for having something to prevent these S's from falling off. And I'll be honest, I trailered for a long time without these little rubber guys on there, and I never got any grief, and I've never in my life seen one fall off. But for a couple dollars, even a piece of bungee cord or something around that would prevent that from coming off. So make sure you have it. It's just about, sometimes it's about playing the game, looking the part. Quality safety chains. My wiring is in good repair. Connections are clean. I actually spray a little bit of Crown rust proofing. My emergency hydraulic brake actuator chain, again, same thing, great condition, something to prevent it from falling off. Moving back, spare tire. Don't leave home without one, and make sure it's good, make sure it's properly inflated, and make sure you got the right tools to change this tire. If you have all those things, you'll never need them. If you go across the street without a spare tire, you can bet your ass you're going to need one. Winch batteries are fully charged, ready to go. Winch straps are in good condition. I'm actually missing a safety chain that's going to go from here up to our hook, and I need to put that on before we go into operation this year. It's sitting over the shop, and we'll have that on shortly. So there's one I missed. Rollers are in good condition for the most part. We've got a couple showing a couple of cracks. We're going to change them out the next time the boat's off the trailer. And then the real point of this video is I want to talk about straps. So again, rules may differ depending on what state or province you're in, but you can never go wrong with bigger straps and more of them. In our case, typically they want a strap every 8 to 10 feet. It's difficult on a boat to get one every 8 feet, but here we're around 10 or 12 feet between our strap on our bow and then our straps on the front, and we're using different combinations. You're gonna have to play with your own boat because every single one of them is a little bit different. You want to make sure that you're anchored to a really solid point. These are actually welded right into the frame of the boat. You could lift the vessel up entirely by one of these cleats. Some fiberglass or cheaper built boats, you're going to want to make sure you're tying into something really, really strong. In some cases, you might actually rip those out. You got to think, it's not just the force of this strap pulling with about 1,000 pounds of force right now. It's the forces applied to it if you need to maneuver in an emergency. So that could be many times greater than actually the working force of the straps. So the straps have to be of an adequate dimension and of adequate repair. Again, if there's any major frays, if there's a little bit of thread hanging, you can just go by it maybe with a lighter or a pair of scissors and touch it up. But if they look bad, get rid of them. Don't draw attention to yourself. The strap manufacturers of late have kind of wised up to what a lot of highway enforcement were sort of picking on. And for the longest time, as soon as the label that is sewn into most of these straps fails and comes off, so there's one here, the strap then has, in the eyes of the law, no strength at all. So they've started literally embossing or silk screening the rating for the strap right on the strap, and that seems to have pacified the majority of the complaints about that. So In this case, good quality wraparound or axle hangers. I get these from like Princess Auto or whatever. Good quality strap. This is something really cool. These are just pieces of bicycle inner tubing. I'll show you how I make those. Cheap, cheap, cheap. It tidies things up. You don't want shit flapping in the breeze if you can avoid it. It looks professional. Again, a highway patrol guy goes by you and he sees this, he's going to leave you alone because you got your shit together, right? If we look the part, we probably have everything together. And then this is one I found just recently. I fell in love with these. We used to just sort of stuff rags in here or pieces of cardboard or plastic. And this is from a company called Boat Buckle. You can get them through our shop at Fully Tech Marine and or Fully Tech Mechanical as well. They're only a couple bucks. There's the packaging for them. I want to say these are like $6 or maybe $8 a set, a pair. And they stay on the strap. These straps have all been cut basically to the right length, specifically for the boat. And buy straps and set them up just for your boat. If you're going to haul tractors on your truck or something else, buy other straps for that. But have a good quality set of straps specifically for your vessel. We're talking about, you know, $100 to tie your boat, maybe $150 to tie your boat down. You know, $50,000 boat. Let's take care of it. Moving back, more of the same. Again, really good solid tie down. And in this case, I was able to actually put the lettering or the size or rating of the strap facing out, and that's great. That's just advertising to whomever's looking at us going down the highway that we're playing by the rules. Again, another Boat Buckle chafe resistant thing. It's going to protect in this case, protect the anti-fouling paint. It's going to protect the fiberglass if you're a fiberglass boat, and it protects that strap from abrading, and it stays where you put it. More of our little pieces of mountain bike inner tubing, and then again another wraparound. And again, we could lift the entire vessel by these, so we are tied in. You can also see, if I back way up, these straps are going out on an angle, and that's not entirely necessary. But in this case, if the vessel, if we're moving forward at a fairly high rate of speed and we got to get on the brakes with both feet because someone did something stupid in front of you, that forward strap is going to come into tension and stop the boat from being able to roll forward. And it's actually going to try to pull the boat, sink it down, hunch it down into the trailer. And then if for some reason we got to drive around that idiot now and we stomp on the gas with both feet, and you know, if you've got the torque of the big mighty Ford 6.4 liter or 6.4 liter, I think that's what it is. God help me. It's going to do the same concept. It may relax a little bit of the tension on the forward strap and pull the back strap into tension, but the boat cannot move fore and aft. We're not relying on that bow post or the winching post to prevent the boat from catapulting over top of the truck. And if you get on social media, I'm sure there's plenty of photos and videos of boats that have done that. So you want to keep the boat firmly on the trailer and worry about steering the trailer. This trailer has brakes on both axles, really heavy duty. I wish it actually sat a little lower in the trailer, and we may work on that over the off season. I actually trimmed these motors up for transport, just they're a little bit close to the ground. I wish I could trailer them this way, but I think I'm playing with fire, so we trim them up, and this boat's ready to go. You can see we follow a lot of the same principles with the Planet Express. In this case, we do have a lock on the tongue because it's been sitting here. Good quality safety chains. Again, our fall off prevention. Wiring is in good condition. In this case, typically this boat gets a little bit more miles on the trailer than the other one. Dual spare tires. When you've got 6 tires and you're halfway through an expedition and you lose one of them, you want to drive 3 or 4 hours without the vessel to go get a spare. This is going to keep you out of trouble. Electric winch post on this one. This one gets more connects and reconnects. Love it. I actually had to modify and basically build this to work in this application. A couple spring hangers or exhaust clamps or whatever we use there, working really good. Electric winch or manual backup, and then this is the safety chain I talked about. So again, we've got multiple levels. This strap is starting to show its age. I think we might change it out before our season starts. Just it's faded and looking a little bit shitty, and we don't need to draw the attention of the highway patrol. Moving back, check your tire pressure start of your season. Chances are they've lost probably 20 or 30% of their capacity. Charge them up. make sure they're in good shape. Here's another one. So inevitably some grease ends up working its way out. I'm going to go around here with a couple rags and some spray, and I'm going to clean that up. Just not that it's really an issue, but it looks shitty. And when something looks shitty, you're drawing attention to yourself. So we're going to take care of that. Same concept, strap coming out on an angle, tied in nice and tight. In this case, we've got some foam in behind to prevent that from rattling. And then this strap, because our tie downs aren't as strong on the back of the Planet Express, this strap goes up and over and ties directly into the frame of the trailer. You've got to literally spread that trailer in half to cause a failure. So a little bit more work we've got to do to prep this. Typically, I will actually run a strap around this bar and back to the drive in case I lose a hydraulic line while I'm going down the road, so I don't grind the bottom of a $7,500 outdrive off, oblivious of what's going on behind me. And stop frequently. I would say probably every hour and a half of trailering, or anytime you stop for fuel, stop for coffee, stop in traffic, whatever, get out, walk around, just do a quickie, right? Put your hand on your tires. Are they hot, right? Do this on the truck too. Brake calipers can seize up, and those wheels can get incredibly hot, and you want to be out ahead of it. You want to know you got a problem before it leaves you stranded. So anyways, let's be safe. 2021, it's off to a slow start, but I think once we get going, she's going to be crazy. Be safe, run good equipment, maintain it often, don't be a cheap asshole, buy what you need, and get good value for what you buy. Talk to you later. Greg, Fully Tech.